it's food. If I tell you to be taking folic acid and your folate stores are enhanced, I don't need you to be taking folic acid. Folic acid is the artificial version of folates, which are found in the foods we eat.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, you can ask for help. You can tell your doctor, okay, I think I need the help of this professional, or sometimes they can even do it themselves for you. So yes, I spoke about the cruciferous veggies. I spoke about turmeric and flaxseed.
Okay.
It's also very, very, very good. It also helps to arrest the work of estrogen. Okay, so
that's a flaxseed.
Okay, so you realize that, yeah, flaxseed, they are very good. Just some will prefer flaxseed oil, but the seeds are powerful when it comes to cancer treatment. But like Zoe said, and I will add, whatever we are speaking about here, you have to consult your physician or whoever is taking care of you first. Yes, so that you'll be guided to the right professional. You don't just look at it on screen and then decide to use it in the house, because sitting here, I'm not aware of the medications you are on. And so if you would want to use any of the things we are speaking about, I will ask you to consult, yes, on a personal level before you use it. But I'm just giving you everything based on research and the findings out there. Yes, flaxseed helps with people or persons with breast cancer. So you realize that estrogen is very good for women, just as testosterone is good for men. But sometimes we say too much of everything is bad, and so you need the receptors to sometimes catalyze on certain things and how estrogen stimulated cancers happen, and breast cancer is as a result of that. And so flaxseed sometimes catalyzes on the side effects of estrogen stimulated cancers in women. And yes, help to, at least once I've catalyzed Zoe going so far, it means that I am keeping the works of Zoe regulated. Yes, and then there are other things, plant-based vegetables.
Okay.
They are, sorry, they are also very, very good, because one of the things I will speak about as far as persons with breast cancer are concerned has to do with avoiding or cutting down on the consumption of red meat. Okay. So if you are taking a lot of plant-based, what do you call it, proteins, it will make sure that you are already even staying away from some of the things I will later be, I know you bring the question and so we speak about it, yes. So yes, these are the things I'm saying you should just cut down on it. So I'm sure Zoe will ask the things to avoid. So we'll go there. Yes, so if you are taking plant-based, what do you call it, protein, it makes sure that, okay, so you are avoiding certain things, just like the red meat I spoke about, and then helping your system. For instance, if you are taking something like beans, which is very good for women with breast cancer, and as far as our breast health is concerned, yes, you have flavonoids in it that are very good, serves amazing benefits. Like I said, Zoe, your name, yes, you say beans is good, but it differs from person to person. There are people who have issues when they take it. So, like I said, yes, they are good, but our body's makeup are different, and so you sometimes need an expert to help you as far as some of these choices are concerned. Yes, so I spoke about the cruciferous veggies. I spoke about flaxseed. I spoke about plant-based protein. I spoke about turmeric. And then there are oily seeds too. So we know that omega-3 fatty acid is dominant in oily food, especially with the oily seafoods. But it's very tricky sometimes because of the contamination, the mercury contamination in some of our fishes. So it is very much advisable to know what to take. Okay, so salmons. Also, this is mackerel, but in Ghana, these are salmons. Yes. So these are loaded in omega-3 fatty acids, and it's very good for our breast as women. So if you are somebody with breast cancer and you are on treatment, you can also help yourself by eating well. Okay. Yes, and making sure that your dietary intake, dietary pattern and frequency are enhanced. Yes, because 30 to 40%, yes, of all cancers are associated with dietary issues. So if you are eating well, being breast cancer, being any other form of cancer, you are taking yourself off the 30 to 40% of the people at risk of having breast cancer. Yes. So Zoe, that will be all for the things you can be eating or be taking to help you. Yes, aside a balanced diet.
And apart from the red meat that you have to cut in proportion,
you can even avoid it if you have it,
Totally.
because you are going through chemotherapy and breast cancer. We are not supposed to scare people, but we are also supposed to let them know the reality. It's not like malaria. Yes, it's a serious public health challenge or issue, and so why don't you cut yourself off the red meat and make sure we bring you back. You become a survivor. Yes, once you are a survivor, you are out of the danger zone. You've gone through everything you need to go through. Then once in a while, you can enjoy it. It's very difficult, Zoe. Yes, you meet clients. I have issues with people or professionals who go like, especially, don't take meat, don't take that. My grandmother will always ask you, what do you expect me to take? She's lived on some of these things for the last 80 years, and you appear in her life in a day or two, and you want to take everything from her. Yeah, she was like, I will eat and die. But I believe that we always have to encourage people to reduce to the barest minimum, because if, Zoe, this is making you tear in the eyes, and I look at you and I go like, okay, Zoe, it says this food, so why don't we just reduce the quantities? Yes, because sometimes when you take it off completely, you end up hurting the person, but your intentions are to help the person.
But hurting a person at the expense of his or her health, I think.
Okay, so you start gradually, because the person is coming from somewhere. For instance, an alcoholic. Another example, I'll drop the first one. Yes, it will take time. So if you are taking 2-3 bottles in a day, I can start by saying, okay, now let's negotiate. That is how I manage to get the best out of my clients, because if you don't do it right, they go back and they do it more. Or if you tell them to shut down completely and they end up hurting themselves, like somebody who smokes, you can't take the sticks from them like that. You just have to cut down. Yes, on the total number of sticks the person is smoking in a day. So gradually, if, Zoe, I took you off alcohol, which is one contributing factor to breast cancer, if I manage to tell you, okay, Zoe, let's reduce the quantity, because you taking alcohol places you at 25% chances of having breast cancer, and every daily intake, as far as an ADAP is concerned, elevates your percentage scores to like another 10%. Okay, so Zoe, I want to help you. Why don't you take it to 1 instead of the 2 or 3 you are taking in a day? If Zoe is able to see, or Zoe has evidence to prove that, okay, I have been made better moving from 3 to 1 or 2 to 1, don't you think Zoe will decide to take drastic measures to make sure she cuts down or moves off?
Okay, so unfortunately we'll have to wrap up our conversation today, but the conversation will continue the whole month of October, because this month has been dedicated to breast cancer awareness. So Akosua will join us hopefully next week to continue the conversation on healthy living when it comes to people who have breast cancer.
So maybe we'll talk about the things to avoid in details.
Yes, and things to avoid in detail. I'm sure next week, God willing, we would expand on that as well. So that's how it ended. Akosua Konadu Yiadom is a state-registered nurse. Nutritionist, sorry. She's a state-registered nutritionist, and she'll join us again next week to expand the conversation on what to avoid if you have breast cancer, the food you should avoid.
Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The City Tube,
for exclusive breakfast daily content and other City TV programs.
like, comment, and share with your friends.